Hey everybody, welcome to Monday and our shave for today. We are going to be doing a straight razor shave, kind of a Western theme today. The razor we're going to be using is the Cactus straight razor. This is a 5/8 square point. For the soap today, we're going to be using Hombres Dos Spaghetti Western. This was developed by CBL Soaps for my shop, and it's basically the second iteration of Hombres Barbershop, which was more of a Western Tombstone-esque type town. This one has more of an homage to the spaghetti westerns that Clint Eastwood made. So it's got a little bit of all the stuff, except we've removed the jalapeno flower and we've added in some Italian citrus. The brush today we're going to be using is the Grey Dog Tucson. This is Cholla Cactus that actually came out of my yard that he built this brush for. And then of course we'll be using the Witch Hazel from CBL, as well as the Aftershave Hombres Dos. And then I thought I'd throw in a little bit more wood, and I'll be using Goodfellas. This is a cedar and geranium EDT. So that's kind of what's on the agenda today. Hope everybody's doing well. I should say that that brush has got a Maggard super high density badger, and it is a lather hog, so I do end up usually loading this very dry on the brush itself. I mean, I do soak the brush for a little bit, and but then I take most of the water out of it, and it does a pretty good job in the loading phase. So hope everybody's doing well. We had a pretty big cold snap. We were down to 27, 28 degrees last night. So this will definitely be a warm water shave. The nice thing about this and all CBL soaps, it's very easy to lather, great face feel. And the fragrance on this is just tremendous. One thing I will say, with all the different soap makers that we've worked with, Chris really knows how to take a soap from concept to reality, especially when it comes to the scent notes and the strength. Again, want to congratulate Wally Pankowski for winning the Henson AL13. We'll get that in the mail today. And our next giveaway will be at 1,300. And we're actually pacing pretty well, so that may actually be sooner rather than later. This square point is not muted, so I do have to be careful of that edge. And it's funny how I came across this razor. One of the members of the cadre, Ken Little, had emailed me and said that he had found this. Because I was trying to find an all Western themed shave. As those of you that know me know that I like to match my shaves for the most part. This has got a Cauticule arc edge on it. Very smooth. Really nice first power. Also with this Maggard super high density Badger, I would very, very much compare this to some of the high mountain Manchurians that Saprophytio Veracino uses and Korat uses. It's a wonderful knot. Takes a while to get used to it because, as I said, it's both a water and a lather hog. Other than that, not much else going on. We're supposed to have another really cold, freezing night. We did get some snow yesterday just for about an hour. It just flurried. It stuck on some of the roofs, but it was melted within an hour. My partner at the Cadre, Chad, lives near the Salt Lake City area. And they got hammered. So it's clear. The storm moved through pretty quick. It's clear and cold. We're not supposed to get out of the 40s today, but it's sunny. And then Tuesday and Wednesday are supposed to warm up just a little bit. And then Thursday, we have a chance for some measurable snow overnight if the storm, depending on the timing of the storm. Now, when I say measurable, for those of you in other parts of the country, you're going to laugh. Measurable to us is 1 to 4 inches. As far as snowfall, usually it ends up in the 1 to 2 range. But for us desert rats, it's kind of fun. And there's nothing more beautiful, in my opinion, as I've lived in northern latitudes, is that, yes, the snow is beautiful on the pine trees and up in the mountains, but there's something so magical about when you see the saguaro cactus and the prickly pear cactus and the barrel cactus and mesquite trees and palo verde trees that have snow on them. Because what happens is, as I've said in the past, everything in the desert either sticks, stings, or bites. And most of these plants that I just spoke of have needles on them. And when the snow attaches to the needles, it's just really, really cool. These square points are really fun when you get near your earlobes. And I don't mean fun in a good way, because if you're not careful, it begs to become lobeless. I have to do a little touch up on this razor. It's not exactly tuggy, but I can feel some inconsistencies across the blade. Well, since I use the entire blade when I'm shaving, I can feel that difference. Still a wonderful shave. A little bit more cleanup, you know. I'll probably touch that up a little. I have been looking at all of your comments too about what to do for the next series. So we'll be pondering that. And since I did a straight razor series, I may do, believe it or not, I may do a DE series for beginners and intermediates and stuff like that. I haven't decided how I want to do that yet, but we'll see. I wouldn't call this shave quite BBS or Dolphin Smooth, and I am getting a little bit more feedback on the alum than I normally do, so that just indicates to me that I probably just need to touch this razor up a little bit. And I'll do that probably next week sometime. But the hard part for me is I don't use the same razors very often, or I should say the razors that I use on a fairly often basis, I keep in tip-top shape. And some of the ones in the lower shelves in the archives, I don't use as much, so I don't take the time to re-hone or touch them up, which I really need to do. So as you can see, this Maggard super high density, and this is a 24 millimeter, but it's a beast. It's an umbrella, but a fun razor to use. Get rinsed off here. Yeah, I would call this a BBS shave, just right below Dolphin Smooth. Not quite as smooth as I would have liked. We're gonna keep testing the CBL Lycea Cubeba Witch Hazel. The nice thing about this is it fits in with the theme because it's got that citrusy note to it, that lemon. And the one thing I do like about Chris's Witch Hazel, as most of the Witch Hazels, it just has a wonderful face feel and good healing properties as well. And for our aftershave today, we will be using Hombres Dos Spaghetti Western to go along with everything else. And this tonic, as I've mentioned before, is a milk. It's a little bit thicker than an average aftershave. Not as thick or as cloying as some balms can be, but just fantastic. And some of the later versions, the fragrance notes really stick around for quite some time. We're going to be using Clubman Talc again. I've kind of gotten in the habit over the last couple weeks. And as I mentioned in another video, the one thing I do like about Clubman is it's a little bit finer of a talc, so you don't have to use as much. But the problem is when you do use a little bit too much, you're definitely becoming a ghost town. Okay, and this was kind of a last minute call. In fact, it doesn't even show in the picture, but I'm going to be using Goodfellas, and this is Cedar and Geranium. This is actually a Target, or excuse me, I should say Target brand, and it's an EDT, but I got to tell you, it lasts a long time, and it's got a beautiful cedar geranium note that is fantastic, and it sticks around quite a bit. Okay, folks, well, that's it for our shave for a Monday. We certainly appreciate you joining us. I can't thank you enough for all your support and subscriptions. Keep it up. And come and see us on the Cadre and see us on Drinks and Dave's on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave Shaves and Such. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday.